Hello guys, in this video I am going to explain about Kirchhoff voltage law, or simply you can call it as what, KVL. So in my coming classes I am going to explain about Kirchhoff current law, or simply you can call it as KCL. So this KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law, KCL, Kirchhoff current law are very important. So by using these two things we can find some unknown parameters in the given circuit. And at the same time in our coming classes I'm going to explain different theorems, that is the superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, and so many in a row. So even in the theorems, we have to use the concept of KVL and KCL in order to find some unknown parameters in the circuit. Even if you want to analyze any given electric circuit, these two theorems are very important. Now in this video, I will explain the KVL. So I'm not going to explain the complicated circuit in this video, because the main aim of this video is to understand what is Kirchhoff voltage law and when we have to use these particular theorems, okay, for the given circuit. Now if you see, as per the statement, the KVL states that the algebraic sum of all branch voltages, consider this is at point number 1, the algebraic sum of all branch voltages in a closed circuit is equal to 0. So this is considered as, this is the second part. Okay. Now here I have given one circuit, that one simple circuit, which consists of 3 resistors and one voltage source. This is resistor R1, R2, R3, and here this is my voltage source Vs, source voltage. Now first thing you need to understand, the given circuit, can we apply KVL or not? First thing, okay, suppose if any open circuit is given, you cannot apply KVL. See here, as I said, 2 points. So how many branches we have in the given circuit? Total we have 3 resistors and 1 voltage source. So including voltage source, you have total 4 branches. So can we find the branch voltages for the each branch? Suppose, see, what is the voltage of this particular branch? This is the source. However, consider it is a branch. And what is the voltage? This is Vs. Okay, clear. Now we have R1. Can you find voltage drop across this branch? As per Ohm's law, V equal to IR, you can find voltage drop at R1. So what is the voltage drop at R1? As per this formula, V1 equal to IR1. So these 3 elements or 3 components are connected in series. Therefore, current is same. Same current will flow throughout this circuit. Then what would be the voltage drop at R2? V2 equal to IR2, simple Ohm's law. This, what is voltage drop at R3? V3 equal to IR3. Now our first point is completed. The sum of all branch voltages. You know how many branches we have in the circuit, and you know what is the branch voltage at each branch, at each component. Clear. Then what is the second point here? Is it a closed circuit or not? Yes, it is a closed circuit. Then is equal to 0. Okay, now see, we can apply KVL. If these two things are matching, so we have some branches in the circuit and it should be a closed path, and you should know the voltage drop across each branch. Then you can apply KVL. So before apply KVL, you need to remember one thing. Suppose here I have given a resistor and this is terminal A and B, and I am telling you that current is going from terminal A to B. That means current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. So even if they don't mention this higher potential plus and lower potential minus, you need to consider based on the current direction. Now, for example, in a capacitor, terminal A and B, current is going like this. Then no need to say that this is higher potential and lower potential. Whereas for inductor, suppose I am considering this is my terminal A and terminal B, but current is going from terminal B to A. And no need to say to you that this is what higher potential and lower potential. So whatever the element it is, either it is a resistor, capacitor, or inductor, current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. Yes, this point is clear. Now see here, how can I apply KVL in my circuit? So here as this circuit is what? Is a series circuit. All elements are connected in series. So I can consider that the current I is flowing in this circuit. So after considering that, you know that based on the current direction, the potential is what? Plus and minus, plus and minus, and plus and minus. Then can I apply KVL in loop 1? Of course, as per this statement, see what is the voltage drop at branch. So here this is minus and this is plus. So I need to write plus, and this is my voltage at this particular source. And now what is the voltage drop at R1? See, current is flowing from plus to minus. So it is ending at minus. So I should write minus. What is the voltage drop at R1? You already know this is IR1. And what is the voltage drop at R2? IR2. But you have to keep plus or minus here. That is very important because current is flowing plus to minus. So here you need to keep minus. And here also plus to minus, therefore minus IR3 equal to 0. So once you can simplify this equation, right? Vs equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. See here, can I take current I common? Yes. If I take current I common, I will get R1 plus R2 plus R3. Therefore, from this, I can find the current I equal to Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3. So what you can find in this circuit? So I can find the unknown parameter current I by using KVL. Yes or no? This is all about KVL. See, I will explain some simple problems so that you will understand the concept of KVL. Now see here in this circuit, I need to find the voltage drop V1. Now see, first thing, can I apply KVL or not? Now see, what is our first point? How many branches we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 branches. Anyway, the count is not important. There is a circuit and we have some branches. Clear. Including source. Either it is a voltage source or current source. You should consider it is a branch. Okay, clear. Now see, is it a closed circuit or not? Yes, it is a closed circuit. Then you can apply KVL. Now see here, already they have considered the current I is going in the clockwise direction. Okay. So if the current I is going in the clockwise direction, then this is the plus and minus. They already given the higher potential and lower potential at each resistor. See, did they give the current I? No, they didn't give. Did they give resistance for the each value? No, they didn't give. But what they have given? They have given voltage drop at R1, R2, at R3 and at R4. But you need to find voltage drop at R. So they didn't give voltage drop. So can I apply KVL now? Of course, why not? Now if I apply KVL in loop 1, this is minus to plus. So I need to write plus. What is the voltage drop at this particular branch? 30. And here plus to minus. What is the voltage drop at R1? 2. Plus to minus. What is the voltage drop at R2? 1 volt. And here plus to minus. What is the voltage drop? They didn't give. So we have to consider this is V1. And plus to minus, this is voltage drop 3. And here plus to minus 5. So see here simply 30 and minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 minus 6 and minus 11. Mine equal to what? V1. Therefore, V1 equal to what? 19 volts. So this is what? 19 volts. We already found this. Now what you have to understand? Okay. So by using KVL, you can find the unknown parameter in the circuit. Yes or no? Yes. Now see the second problem is very easy. Now see here what we need to find. First thing you need to find current in this circuit. So the all elements are connected in series. So the current is same. Current flowing at R1 is same as current flowing at R2. Is current flowing at R3, current flowing at R4 is same because these 4 elements are connected in series. Clear. Now the next thing what you need to find, you need to find the voltage drop. Okay. This is our second unknown parameter here. Now see, can I apply KVL? Oh, let us check. So there is it has some branches. Okay, clear. And it is a closed loop. This is very important. It is a closed loop. Then I can apply KVL. Now, did they give any current direction? No, they didn't give. So we need to consider some current direction. Now here I have considered my current I is flowing in this direction. So as per this current direction, this is my plus and minus, positive and negative potential, positive and negative potential. I should not change the higher and lower potential for the sources. Either it is a current or it is a voltage source. Clear. Now see, all elements are connected in series. Can I find R equivalent? Because see here they have given different resistance value. Units are different, mega ohm, kilo ohm. Now let us find R equivalent. So this is 1 mega ohm and 3.1 mega ohm plus 400 kilo ohm plus 500 kilo ohm. Okay, clear. Now I already told you, right, if elements are connected in series, how to reduce, how to find R equivalent. I already discussed in my previous lecture. So 3.1 into 1, you can write 4.1 mega ohm plus 400, 500, 900 kilo ohm. Yes or no? Yes. Now see, you need to convert this kilo ohm to mega ohm, or you can convert mega ohm to kilo ohm. Now I prefer to convert kilo ohm to mega ohm. How can I convert? Simply I am writing 1000 by 1000. So you know, right, kilo ohm means what? 10 power 3, and mega ohm means what? 10 power 6. Now in order to convert kilo ohm to mega ohm 10 power 6, I have written 1000 by 1000. Therefore kilo ohm means what? 10 power 3. Okay, this is 4.1 mega ohm. Therefore what happened? This kilo into this 1000, this 10 power 3 into this 10 power 3, what happened? You can write 900 by 1000 into mega ohm. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, 10 kilo into 10 power 3 will become 10 power 6. This is mega ohm. So that 4.1 and 900 by 1000 is equal to what? 0.9 mega ohm. So if you add these two, you will get what? 5 mega ohm. Okay, now clear. So you have one voltage source, you have one resistor like this. This is what? 10 volts, and this is 5 mega ohm, and this is our current I. Now you can find it what? You can apply KVL so simply, because this is what? Mine plus 10 volts equal to what? Plus and minus, this is minus. What is the voltage drop here? V equal to IR. Therefore I, what is R? 5 mega ohm equal to 0. Now what we need to find? We need to find unknown parameter, that is I equal to what? 10 by 5 mega ohm. So here this is 1 and this is 2. This is mega ohm. 1 by 10 power 6. Can I write 10 power minus 6? Yes. 10 power minus 6 means what? Micro. Therefore I equal to 2 micro ampere. Clear. Now see here, by using KVL, you find the current. Current is what? 2 micro ampere. Now what we need to find? We need to find the voltage drop at each resistor. Okay, clear. Now what is voltage drop at R2? Suppose V equal to IR. So what is I? 2 microampere, that is 10 power minus 6. So here what is the resistance? 1 mega ohm. So 1 mega ohm means what? 10 power 6. So this 10 power 6 and 10 power minus 6 will get cancelled. So voltage drop at 1 mega ohm is how much? 2 volt. Okay, clear. Now what is the voltage drop at 3.1 mega ohm? So you need to write V equal to IR. So I means what? 2 microampere 10 power minus 6 into, this is what? 3.1 mega ohm 10 power 6. Now this 10 power 6 and 10 power minus 6 will get cancelled. So 2 into 3, 6.2 volt. Okay, clear. Now here we need to find voltage drop at 400 mega ohms. So therefore V3 equal to IR. So what is I? I equal to 2 microampere. Instead of microampere, I can write 10 power minus 6. And this is what? 400 kilo ohm. Kilo ohm means what? 10 power 3. Yes or no? Yes, 10 power 3. Now this 10 power 3 and 10 power minus 6 will get cancelled, and remaining is what? 10 power minus 3. What I will get? 2 into 4, 800 by 10 power minus 3. Can I write 1 by 1000? Of course I can write. Therefore, if I write that one, if I solve that one, I will get what? 0.8 volt. Now, what is the last one? What is the voltage drop at 500 kilo ohm? Therefore, voltage drop at 500 kilo ohm is V equal to IR. I is 2 microampere, means this is 10 power minus 6 into 500 kilo ohm. So here 500 kilo means what? 10 power 3. So this 10 power 3 and 10 power minus 6 will get cancelled, and here you have minus 3. Therefore 2 into 5, 1000 by this is what? 10 power 3 means 1000. Therefore voltage drop is what? 1 volt. Now what is the voltage drop at 1 mega ohm? This is what? 2 volts. So here we have 2 volts. And what is the voltage drop at 3.1? Here it is a 6.2 volt. Okay. Now what is the voltage drop at 400? This is a 0.8 volt. And voltage drop at 500 kilo ohm, this is 1 volt. Now if you add all these voltages, so that will be equal to what? 10 volt. So this is the procedure for applying KVL in any given circuit. So once again I am saying here, Kirchhoff voltage law states that the algebraic sum of all branch voltages in a closed path is equal to 0. Okay, so I hope you understood this concept. Thank you so much.